Wir gucken mal rein, was so das Video bringt. Falls ihr den Herrn nicht auf Instagram abonniert habt, schaut gerne mal rein. Sehr, sehr seltene Ziffernblätter, die ihr so noch nie gesehen habt. Der Typ hat sie.
There are three things he shows a very advanced taste in: camera lenses, food, and watches. Well, we're starting off with a beautiful sushi lunch. I don't know anything about camera lenses, so we'll stick to the watches. And I'm talking about the legendary Mr. Johnson 167, who's joining us for a collection review. So stick around. First, let's get the tummy filled.
Jetzt werden wir auf jeden Fall sehr seltene Day-Dates sehen. Er hat so weiß Opal und so Sachen, habe ich noch nie. Richtig krass, richtig krass. Ein bisschen Sushi wäre jetzt auch nicht schlecht, ne?
I'm honored to be here alongside my friend that was a digital friend before. We finally got the chance to meet after talking months on end, sometimes even on a daily basis, sharing knowledge, trading watches, buying and selling, mainly day dates.
Ich habe noch nie seine Stimme gehört.
Biggest specialty, I believe. Yes. And even more so the stone dials. Rolex stone dials are often unique by default. And one of them is on my wrist. This is a lapis. Why this is very special to me is the first time we get to talk about a lapis dial, so therefore I'm wearing it. And this one is so bright and blue. It lacks most of the perite and calcite inclusions. So therefore it's, as I said, it's unique because all of them are natural products. So they differ by a mile oftentimes. So this is the watch I'm wearing, but obviously everybody's only watching not because of me, but because of what's in that case, my friend. It's so much more impressive than seeing it on your feet.
Wow.
Where do you want to start?
Anyone you pick.
First of all, let me ask you, why are you so focused on day dates? Why do you love them?
Because you can find a lot of different type of dial. Mm-hmm. Like just one model, maybe you can find 30 to 50 different style.
Das ist nach wie vor, ne? Day-Date, Rolex Day-Date, 36mm Vintage-Uhren kriegen so wenig Aufmerksamkeit, ist schon mehr geworden. Aber ich sehe auch bei uns im Shop zum Beispiel, was wir aktuell da haben, einfach sehr, sehr stabile Uhren. Keiner interessiert sich dafür. Wirklich einfach, die Leute, ja, weiß ich auch nicht, ist nicht so, dass einfach nicht, zum Beispiel die hier, Alter, das ist ein absoluter Stil, 23.000 Euro, String Dial, aber ich sag mal, die schwarze String Dial ist schon, Alter, das ist absoluter Stil. Ist günstig, seltenes Ziffernblatt, keine Ahnung, warum die Leute das nicht kaufen. Set ist auch schön. Zustand ist gut, alles mit dabei. Also wirklich, manchmal verstehe ich die Leute nicht. Für 23.000 Euro. Aber allgemein so, nicht so hoch.
The stone
Nachfrage.
Dial is the most attractive to me because it's like combined jewelry and watch together.
You're right. You're right. So let's start with a stone dial. Which one you want to show first?
Maybe the basic one, Onyx.
This is also somewhat of your specialty, right?
Yes, I didn't post it online. This is the best one I have in the safe.
So it's housed in an 18028?
Onyx verkaufen wir gut.
No, it's an 18208.
So the double quick set, but you mounted a different crystal to even emphasize the dial itself, I think, huh?
Yes, like what we did on the 1600.
So it's also a plexi crystal?
Yes.
This is simplicity at its best. Oftentimes the stone dials have no markers, especially on the Onyx. They're also fragile, yeah. So sometimes producing the markers and setting the markers can break the dial, which of course you know is a tragedy. Condition is great, huh?
Yes, plus this is a series.
1999 piece.
Yes, almost last batch and light new.
And therefore there's the Swiss made signature, which is the last one. You can also find service dial Swiss mades. And prior to that, of course, you have T-Swiss T and Swiss only dials. Why do you think this is your most beloved Onyx Day Date? Because you have how many?
Maybe 20 to 30.
Boah.
The guy has 20 to 30 Onyx dials. You have a problem. You have a compulsion order. You have to buy all the day dates.
No, you have to prepare the watch for collect, for daily use. Maybe some friends will borrow. So 20 is safe.
20 is safe. I love it. I love this watch with a domed bezel. It's even more simpler than with the fluted bezel. Up to the next one, please.
Next one maybe the another basic one, the white gold onyx.
How many pieces have you seen in your entire life of this?
If seen in person, just this one, but if count online, maybe five pieces more. But they are divided into different versions like T, Swiss make.
And when did you acquire this? Pretty recently, right?
2 weeks ago.
So value-wise, if you compare a yellow gold, which is depending on condition, of course, and dial configuration, let's say around 40 to 50, 55,000 euro, what would you say a white gold one is worth? How much more?
I think 5 times the yellow one price.
So we're talking about 250 to 300,000 euros.
Was? Die weiß-goldene Day-Date Onyx kostet 200.000 Euro. Was? Was?
Right.
Yes.
Which is funny because it's definitely not 5 times as rare. It's 100 times as rare as the yellow gold one. So even by that standard, it would be rated as undervalued a bit, right?
Because I always can find this, so maybe it's 5 times to me.
Well, you have 20 of the other ones, so leave a little of the onyxes to the other people too. We want them as well. Huh?
I think inside Rolex they have a lot too.
But even in white gold, you think?
I don't think so.
Yeah, because a lot of the onyx dials are often service replacements, but still they're very popular, mainly due to the aesthetics. But aesthetically, this one is even more powerful because the combination of white gold, which makes it already a stealth weld watch, and then also the dial without any markers, that's something that is rarely seen.
Yes. The first one, or maybe this one, just name the dial.
So we oftentimes have discussions on stone dials, right? Because stone dials, there's so many varieties, and it's with onyx, it's pretty clear. But even a lot of people make mistakes on the dial stones. For example, you purchased the obsidian one, which people thought was a onyx one, right?
Yes, a damaged onyx.
Exactly. They thought it was a damaged onyx, but it was an obsidian, which is 10 times more rare than an onyx. So often, well, I would describe this even as a bloodstone because I can see one red spot of hematite.
Really?
I can see one black spot, red spot, yeah. Haven't you seen that?
No.
Next to the day window?
Let me check.
And above the date window. Like left to the day window?
Oh, yes.
And on top of the date window.
It's bleeding.
It's bleeding, exactly.
Previously, no.
Seriously?
Just kidding.
Well, so therefore I would say it's a bloodstone, but usually bloodstone is way more red hematite inclusions. This one only has 2. Anyways, it's a beautiful green jasper stone. It's 038?
Yeah.
Single quick.
Earliest 5.5 million.
Solche Uhren kommen nie bei uns
with a C
an, ne?
designation at 6 o'clock.
Jasper dial.
Amazing. And you like green stones, I see, huh?
I actually don't like green color, but green stone seems to be the rarest style of Rolex Day. So I collect some green stone.
I think it's also because people associate Rolex oftentimes with green. So it's very sought after.
And maybe this one. A bloodstone, you can see red this time.
So for every one you have in yellow gold, you have the counterpart in white gold too. Yeah, here it's very clear that we are talking about a bloodstone.
Yeah.
Again, it's a variety of the jasper. This is also being the early T-Swiss T version.
Yes, but the interesting thing is this dial, the T-Swiss T, is made for 1992. It's a special order batch. I find it all the case is X series.
Oh, it's an X series.
Yes.
So early 90s indeed.
Yes, people told me it's 6-piece make for the Taiwan market.
6 pieces only. Well, you know, we've been in contact about a white gold jasper dial before, since we sold one back in, when did we sell ours? Like 2019, I think?
Yes, a few years ago.
Yeah, then it went for, first time we sold it, it went for 88,000 euro. It just found a new home, selling for over 600,000 euro. Unfortunately, that one wasn't sold by us, but we bought that watch back twice and then sold it again, each time making a bit of money. But our latest client made the most money on the watch. But it's a beautiful watch, and the problem is, try to find one. Because by now, I think there are 7 pieces known, white gold, with a jasper dial or so, 6 or 7. 2 of them are cracked. A couple of them are in your collection, so it's very, very hard to come by.
Yes.
Boah.
And we should go to celebrate after this because you just told me it worth like 600. You.
Well, I said he sold it for 600,000 euro. I can do a good price for you on this one, though.
Yes, we will discuss later. Last stone dial for today.
So here we're talking about jade dial, huh?
Mm.
Can I see next to the other one?
Jade. Schön.
This is a great example how all the stone dials differ and are unique by default. If you hold them side by side, you can see this one being way brighter, and I'm flabbergasted by this one. When we sold ours, I thought we would never see a single one again of any green dial, stone dial, dated in white gold. Of course, you have the malachite in yellow gold we've had oftentimes. But to have 2 in your hand, I think you're one of the very few people in the world who actually have
Ganz alles 36, klar, alles
Jasper dial
36.
or bloodstone dial
Ganz andere Welt, ne?
by itself, let alone in white gold. That's just...
Yes, I have 2 because it's for double wrist.
Therefore you have 2. So you have an excuse for everything. You have 20 day-dates with onyx dials because if your friends want to borrow them.
Yes.
And you have 2 Jasper dials because you have 2 wrists.
Yes, this watch I can't borrow to friend. It's too expensive.
But your girl also has a nice collection, right? What? Your girlfriend. She has nice Cartiers, right?
My wife, yes.
Her wife, I see. You wear it often on a leather strap?
Yes, because when I bought this watch, it didn't come with a bracelet. Yes.
And it's paired cool with the green strap, right? So those are the 5 stone dials for today, I believe. I see a lot of diamonds, a lot of gemstones, because that's also a passion for you, right? Except for just the stone dials, the gem setting.
Yes.
I would like to request to see the watch on your wrist first, because I couldn't stop looking at it when we were eating the sushi. It was very distracting.
Yes, you can.
So tell me about this watch, my friend.
It's a 18059 sapphire bezel. I already brought to Rolex to verify and check for this piece because it probably only have one with this look in the world. The other one I saw is with the diamond lust. Yes.
Yeah, and again, that's the cool thing about day-dates. You're never finished discovering new ones. And all the different configurations, with different dials, different bezels, different case finishes, different bracelets, makes it so much fun to chase these, right?
Yes.
So how long do you have this one?
For 2 years.
So your collection is focused around acquiring rare day-dates, right? But you also do different kind of watches, correct?
Because you told me today's the limitation of watch is 10 piece. I already bought 11 piece. I want to bought 4-digit day, but it will be too much.
Fair play.
Maybe next time when you come back Hong Kong, we can do it again with another model.
We can do the second video.
Yes.
But you also have an 18058, right?
In yellow. Yeah.
And I bet you double wristed with the sapphire, with the ruby bezel too?
No, it has to be same color if double wrist. So if you wear the yellow gold sapphire, you have to wear white gold sapphire.
And this one also has the color discs, which are known from the Crown collection and stuff.
Yes, I wish my white gold have the blue disc too.
So let's say one of these discs gets damaged. Do you think you can still order them at Rolex on exchange?
You can't.
No? So there are only a handful known and out there that have the color discs, either blue or the red one when it's paired with rubies, right? 18058, and can I grab the...
18068.
This feels so fucking good.
Previously I saw a YouTube video talking about this watch. At that time I dream about the ruby one because I want to have a pair.
When did you saw the video? What video was it?
Maybe 1 to 2 years ago, talking about what 18058 or 66 selling like 400 to 500k in US.
Guck mal, alles, was wir dagegen verkaufen, was wir jetzt im Shop haben, ist Kindergarten dagegen. Das sind seltene Teile, schwierig zu bekommen und so. Das ist echt eine andere Welt. Ne? Eine andere Welt. Natürlich, wenn man wieder verkaufen will, ist auch dann spezieller. Aber am Ende, das ist das, was halt super, super selten ist. Ne?
So, if you had to choose between sapphires or ruby set watches, what's your favorite? Or it depends.
Sapphire? Because I like blue.
You prefer blue?
Yes.
And you have any emerald set pieces?
Emerald, but I don't have the emerald bezel model, just a normal 18238 with the XL pave with emerald.
That's cool. You don't see these dials often enough?
Yes.
XL pave is very, very powerful. The stones are way larger than
wow, wie groß die Steine sind. Oh!
And the way it's set, it's so intricate. It's a very cool watch, also because the day and date window are white gold. The base plate for the dial is white gold, but the setting of the emerald is in yellow gold. And the cartouches are yellow gold too.
I think this style have 2 versions, because I have another one is yellow gold base. Same dial, yellow gold base.
Well, you have quite the archive, and I think also knowledge is power, right? Because we're discussing oftentimes online, we're sharing each other's knowledge. Because combined, of course, we've had many, many watches. And it's interesting to see the differences, but also the similarities in way it's made, also to, of course, acknowledge if the watch is correct, etc. But you're a great advocate of keeping that information pretty private. So, of course, you don't share that to anybody because it can be misused. So I really respect you for that you build up the entire archive, all this knowledge, and that you're willing to share it with me as I'm willing to share it with you, but not just to anybody out there, of course, to protect also the market and the genuine pieces, right? So we have rubies, we have sapphires, we have emeralds. Not too shabby, my friend, not too shabby. I see some more watches that I need to look closer to.
Okay, this is the one I like to use it always, because it's compared to the other watches much low key and less color on it.
Imagine if you have this and you say this is a low key watch.
Yeah.
A diamond set dial. It's a diamond set bezel. Only the sapphires at the 6 and the 9. That is indeed slightly more low key. So you wear this often?
Yes, because many of my friends, they like modern watch, and actually Rolex is making the same dial on the modern day white gold.
Yeah.
But the diamond is a little bit bigger. The size is a 40.
You don't have any 40mm dates, right?
I don't have. When I wear this watch, I can surprise my friend because they will think this is a modern watch, but when I told them, oh, this is a vintage one, they will be shocked.
And it's even an 18049, right? So it's like 80s or so?
Siehst du, trägt keine alten
So tell please tell
keine
the
neuen
viewers
Uhren.
why 36mm is the only size you have to buy for dates.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
It's historically correct, proportioned perfectly, and especially if you're going to go for a special execution, even if it would be in 40mm, it just looks off. It's also too flashy, it's gaudy, I think.
Yes.
So we're ending with another white gold piece. I see you have quite some white gold, quite some yellow gold, evenly split, 5-5. You don't have any platinum pieces for now, or it's not something you adore?
That's too heavy. I have, but the box doesn't have enough space.
You were only allowed to pick 10, huh? But platinum you don't wear often because it's too heavy for you.
And when it's become worn, you can't refinish it to like new.
Yeah.
The metal is too soft.
Correct. Yeah, I understand. So we have a ruby set 18239 and we have a sapphire set, emerald set 18238. I think the variety in here is crazy, and that proves how fun it is to collect dates.
Yeah.
What other watches are on your wish list? I know this is just a grasp from your collection because you have probably over 100 crazy rare dates. But what watch is still on your wish list?
I only want the lapis white gold today, but still cannot find one.
Yeah, we were looking at one in during the sushi, but the dial condition was not great, huh?
If I have that one, the white gold stone will be complete. Oh, missing the coral.
You don't have a coral yet?
I have the yellow gold coral before, but the texture seems too easy to be cracked.
Yeah.
So I sold it.
It's very, very fragile, huh?
Yes.
But if you can find a white gold coral, you will go for it?
It depends on the price.
One sold in Antiquorum just recently in an 18206 case, the platinum one. I think it fetched. It didn't fetch a crazy price, right?
Yes, it's cheap.
It was cheap, huh? Yeah, that was a good watch. I know who bought it.
Zum Beispiel solche Uhren gehen in die Auktion, ne? Und dann kaufen solche Jungs das.
Want to be in contact with him?
White gold coral seems to be not rare than other stone because we always can see one when we looking for it online.
For example, the jade dial, it's way rarer. The obsidians are possibly also rarer. And of course, the one I showed you today, the white gold ones I have in my private collection that unfortunately I cannot share yet. I believe those are also rarer than the coral dust, right? So for example, the red jasper dial in white gold.
Yeah.
I think there are only maybe 3 or 4 pieces of those.
Yes.
Thank you so much for showing these watches.
Wow, schön.
Unfortunately for you guys, the video can only last a couple minutes because if we would go through your entire collection, we have a 2-hour-long video. But really, we appreciate what you're doing also for the watch community, preserving these watches in the utmost condition, which is very important for the dials in stone dials, because therefore also the value and demand side is very fragile because when these dials crack, they're gone. You can disregard them.
Yes. So pave dial is good for use.
Yeah.
Stone dial is for collect.
Correct. So you can go to the club with the full diamond set stuff, and the stone dials you keep at home. Thank you so much, my friend. Follow Johnson167 on Instagram.
Yeah, man.
Obviously, Jasper.kov is my Instagram account. Subscribe to our YouTube videos, and I hope to see you back next time. And next time around, when we meet in Hong Kong, we will do other watches than dates. But it's a shared passion, and we've been sharing this passion online for close to 2 years now.
Yes, thanks to COVID.
Thanks to COVID, yeah. But finally, we get to see each other. So thank you very much, everybody, and I hope to see you in the next video.
Schauen wir mal bei Instagram. Der hat halt einfach kranke Uhren, ne? Das waren jetzt nur Daydates, aber der hat halt auch so Daytona, Porzellan, Ziffernblatt. Er hat alles Mögliche. Cartier hat er auch ab und an mal irgendwelche seltenen, hier so Bambu-mäßig. Hier Bang Noir, der hat so viele hochspannende Uhren, wirklich. Ich kann euch nur sagen, folgt dem Kollegen. Genau, Cartier Crash auch. Ist ein ganz anderer Stil so von der Sammlung her, aber ja, ich muss sagen, mir gefällt das Ganze, das zu sehen und einfach mal den Horizont so zu erweitern. Ne?